Hey guys, it's Brooke. So I'm going to be doing some mini videos, just giving you kind of some Facebook lessons from the trade, I guess you would say, to help you as a brand new coach, or even if you're in another network marketing company and you come across this video, just to kind of help you guys. And so I'm going to have a series of videos, and this is the first video because I feel like it is one of the most important things that you want to start with. So anytime you start a new business, especially as a coach, one of the first things that you want to do is go to your social media account, which for most of us is Facebook, and you want to make sure you clean it up. And I call it a Facebook facelift because it just kind of makes everything look nice and neat, and presentable and professional. And so that if you were to come and look at your page, you would want to talk to you, or you would want to like some of your posts that you're posting. So you want to make sure that it's presentable and it's going to be attracting people to you. And I'm just going to go through some of the things that I see, mistakes with new coaches or new network marketers as well. So first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about curb appeal. So just like curb appeal on a house, it's kind of the same thing. Our first impression that we are giving someone is generally, as a network marketer, on social media, because we're not out knocking on doors anymore. We're online, meeting people, meeting new people, adding new friends, and that's how your business really explodes. 99% of my business has been built online. So I don't meet a lot of people locally. I don't go door to door at all. So most of my people have come to me through what I would call attraction marketing. So, posting valuable things on social media, but also having a profile that looks inviting where people want to follow me. And want to be involved in whatever I have to offer through the value that I provide, and it looks appealing. So when you look at your Facebook page, you're going to go to your page, you're going to look at some things. And I pointed out the 5 most important things right now on Facebook that I think you really want to make sure are nice and neat and facelifted. So the first thing you want to look at is your profile picture. The last thing you want to do is have a profile picture of your cat, your dog, just your kids, because people are going to be looking at you. They want to know who you are. It's just like I was saying, we don't go door to door anymore. So when people are having conversations with you on social media, all they see are this little box. If you're messaging them on social media, same thing. They're just seeing that tiny little box. So if they can barely even make out who you are in a group photo on your profile picture, it's going to be difficult for them to really just feel like they're having a personal connection to you. Of course, I think it should be a bright and smiling picture. It does not have to be a professional picture, although coaches who are watching this, I waited way too long to get professional pictures. I just got these done. I'm a 5-star diamond coach. I should have gotten them done back when I was a diamond coach for sure. Even after Emerald, because I knew that I was going to be wanting to go to the top with this business, I should have been getting headshots back then. But again, they don't have to be glamour shots. Just make sure that it's a nice, neat picture of you. A selfie is just fine as long as you're smiling. I see so many duck faces and kissy faces in the profile picture, and that's not professional to me. Think of this as your business card. If people were going to come to this and say, I really don't want a health and fitness coach who is giving the duck face and a peace sign. So you have to think about those things. The next thing you want to look at is your cover photo. I see it all the time, especially with Beachbody coaches. They like to put their cover photo something Beachbody. Sometimes it's even like 21 Day Fix or the Beachbody logo. You don't want to do that because that sends a red flag to people. When they see things like that, they immediately think, I'm going to get sold, because maybe they had a bad experience in the past with a different Beachbody coach. And so as soon as they see that, they're like, oh, okay, they're going to try to get me into this or that, and they're going to try to sell me something. Same thing with all other network marketing companies. And I'm going to be completely honest. When people add me on Facebook and I go to their page and I look at their cover photo and it says unique or Mary Kay or whatever it is, I instantly know why they're adding me. And it may not be why they're adding me. And that's really sad because I skip over getting to know these people because I feel like they're only adding me for business purposes. And that feels bad to me. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. So I don't add them. And that's one thing that I always tell our coaches. When you have that advertisement across your page, it just makes people feel like you're not really wanting to personally get to know them on a genuine level. So get the Beachbody stuff off there, get whatever network marketing company you work with off of there, and let it be personal and unique and genuine. So for me, mine actually says, "Hello, I've moved. Click here to find me." That's only because I actually moved everything recently to my like page. But if I show you my like page cover photo, let me just go to that really quick. So over here on my like page cover photo, you can see that I said, basically what I'm all about. I want people to be able to look at that cover photo and say, okay, she's into health and fitness and she owns her own business. And so those are the things that you want to look at, doing for your cover photos. Then if you want, go to other top coaches. So if I go to some top coach pages, and I'm going to go to their personal pages. Ooh. So let's go to Melanie Mitros. So if you go to her page, you'll see, I can tell she's a fitness coach or she's into health and fitness. Very cool picture here, just looks inspiring. She has kids, so she's a mom and she's married. So this is just very inviting to me. Let me go to another page here. So let's go to Anita's. So Anita Myron, I can look at this. And we like to make sure things are not cluttered. And for me, this might be a little too cluttered, but I do really like the way that it's laid out. But on mobile, it might be really hard to read some of this. So for me, I may not put too much wording on the cover photos, but I can get a good feel for what she's about. And so just look through other top coaches for their examples and see if you can create something, similar as far as a cover photo. So how do I make my cover photos? Recently, I've been using Rona on my phone. So that's an app that you can get on your phone and you can download and pick 16:9. That's the size that you want to pick. And you can actually create these images. That's how I created this. I placed the hello here. That's just on Rona. And then I open it up in Rona Designs, which there's a bundle pack that you can get. It's Rona Designs, Rona Collage, and then just Rona. And so when I open it up in Rona Designs, it actually allows me to erase parts of this that makes it look like this word is behind me. And I added all of the graphics and everything from my phone. So this isn't some fancy, stuff that I'm using, guys. This is apps. These are apps on your phone. Some of the other ones that I use, of course, are canva.com. I love Canva because you can just click right on the Facebook template here, and they go ahead and give you a bunch of layouts here. So you'll have different layouts over here. Right now, they're pretty much Christmas related still. They need to update some of those, but if you go through here, you can do this. Now let me show you an app that I've actually not been telling people about. I've been kind of keeping to myself, or a website. It's not an app, but it's called PhotoJet. And so when you go to PhotoJet, let me pull it up here. You actually have all these different options here. And so if I go to Facebook cover, really professional looking Facebook covers. And so you can add your picture. There's already the logo right here, and you can change all of that. You can add other stuff. Like this looks really awesome, where you could add your 2 pictures. Same thing here. So really awesome little designs that you can do for your Facebook page. So you can see all of these here. And you can change the way that the writing is. So if you don't like this font, you can change it. You can change the backgrounds. There's one like this where it looks like the posters are actually on the wall on a shelf. Just really neat things. So go into PhotoJet and try that out. It's a really awesome little app. There's other cool parts of this that you can use for your other photos as well. So those are the things I like to use personally for my cover photos. And again, I choose either the Facebook template layout on either of these websites, or I use Rona or another app and use 16:9 as my sizing. Okay, so moving on from the cover photos. The next thing that I want to focus on is the new mini bio. Now, some people were telling me on my team that they were having trouble updating this. I think that there's there are some phones that aren't allowing people to do the new mini bio yet, make sure you delete your Facebook app and reload it, or re-add it or update it, and then log back in and see if it shows back up. If it doesn't, it might be that the phone you have isn't allowing that to happen. So what you can do is you actually update this on your phone first. I tried to update it on the computer and it didn't show up. But when I updated it on my phone first, now I can go in there and edit it. So if I go back to my profile, I can edit it from here now. But before, when I was trying to edit it, it wouldn't let me. But I could do it on my phone. And then once I did that, I'm able to edit it here. So you want to do that. And the way that I put, you've only got so many words that you can put here. I'm not really sure how many it is, but very few. And so what I like to do is kind of list the 5 most important things, or the most important things that I can about myself. So I put that I'm expecting in 2016 in July. I'm a new pregnant mommy. I put that I'm a fur mom, a dental hygienist by trade, and health and fitness coach by heart, because I do attract a lot of dental hygienists, and I want those people to know that I'm also a health and fitness coach. And I put Fit Boss in there because it's the name of our team, so you can put those things in there. And then if you look at the other top coaches, you can see what they've put in theirs as well. So you just want it to be kind of a highlight of what might be something that can describe you. And on your phone, this looks amazing. So it's like the first thing that people see right underneath your profile picture. So make sure that you do that. The next thing that I want to point out, and it's on our little slide here, but we've got 5 featured photos. Again, this is something that you actually have to manually do on your phone first, I've found out, and then you're able to update it from here. And then so now I can go in here and just add different photos if I'd like. So if I want to change those, I can. The other thing too, I see a lot of people, and I put this also in our little slide here, in the next slide actually, but I'll go ahead and talk about it, is that I see people put works at Beachbody or independent Beachbody coach. That's, again, another red flag in my opinion. Same thing with not having Beachbody splattered across your profile picture or your cover photo. It just screams, hey, I'm going to sell to you. And I don't want people to feel that. So I feel like until you are, a 5-star elite coach, you really, in my opinion, I don't feel like it's important to put that in there, because you want people to follow you for you and not because of Beachbody. You want them to come to you for recommendations, not because you're a Beachbody coach, but because you're a health and fitness coach. And that's what differentiates you from everybody else. And so those coaches that are out there and being salesy, you're going to end up getting all of their people because you're actually being genuine and not looking like you're trying to sell people from the very beginning. And then the next thing we want to make sure we bring up are your last 5 posts. So you want to make sure that you go through your last 5 posts and just see if somebody came to my page at this very moment and they added me as a friend and they came to my page and they know nothing about me, or if they haven't added me and they're thinking about adding me as a friend or contacting me about a fitness program, would they feel comfortable doing so? And do they see that I'm actively coaching? So when you go through here, I left this tag on here because this is a health and fitness related post. So I make sure, and I'm going to talk about this in the upcoming video in this training series, how to set your settings so that you approve tags before they just are added to your page. Because one of the things that I see a lot of is people, their whole newsfeed just gets cluttered with people tagging them in just crap and junk. So they get tagged in stupid stuff, and it fills up your newsfeed. So when people come to it, it's share after share after share, or the coach is sharing a ton of stuff. And it's like totally not related to anything health and fitness at all. So you want to make sure that at least 2 or 3 of your last 5 posts show that you are a health and fitness coach and that you are actively drinking the Shakeology, using the products, and that you are involved somehow. So you can see in this post that Jason tagged me in. We actually have an event coming up, 2 events this weekend. So I left that on there so people could see this. And then this one was basically what I would call an engagement post. In the upcoming video in this series, I'll be talking about what kind of posts to do, and this is what we would call an engagement post. So I've got lots of comments on this. But it also ties into my 5 things is what I like to call it, like the 5 things that you post about the most. And sometimes that is described in your description up here. So I'm pregnant, I'm a fur mom, and I post a lot about Fiona. I'm a dental hygienist, I'm a health and fitness coach, and I couldn't fit it on there, but I'm also a wife to Jason. And then I also like to do photography and things like that, but I usually stick to like those 5 things. Pregnancy right now, Fiona, Jason, dental hygienist, health and fitness coach. So try to find those 5 things and post about those things. So the next one you'll see here, this is Fiona. So I've got a lot of likes on here, a lot of engagement, and it was just a cute video of Fiona. And the next thing is me drinking my Shakeology. And so I'm a proof of the product right here, talking about pregnancy, making it a little funny with Jason. So it kind of ties everything in, and I had a lot of likes and comments on that. And then I shared this video from my like page. So you can see I shared this from my like page onto my page. And I've gotten a lot of views on this, a lot of interaction on that original video. And then I let this be on there because Jamie shared it, so I wanted that to be on my page as well. And then I left this on here because it shows that someone on my team received an awesome gift from me. So I want people to see that we are a team of individuals who are connected all over the place, and we care about each other. And then this was what I updated yesterday. And then this, we'll talk about this later. I shared this because I'm watching Making a Murderer, and I shared this photo I found on Instagram. It's got 763 shares, almost 2,000 likes, and 640 something comments. So I'm going to talk about this too and why it's important to make sure your posts are public. But you want to go through your past 5 posts and just see if they align with you and your goals and your vision for your coaching business. And I'm going to talk about the privacy settings too, to make sure that people can comment and contact you and things like that. One of the next things that you want to do as well is jump into your photos and just go through. You don't have to go through every single photo, but if you have like a whole album, and I did when I was a coach, like a whole album of spring break, like nonsense that didn't need to be on there, of me drinking and partying back in college, I just set it to friends only or only viewable by me. And you can do that easily by clicking on albums. And I'll go through this in the next videos of this series. But you can click on the albums easily right here. So it says you can change audiences for each one. So you can actually click on there and go into the album. And then you can edit and manage here if you want to change things. Now this one, actually I can't because it's my cover photos, but if I go into, say, pictures of my niece, you can go to, edit. So this is where you would edit the privacy and change it to friends. If I just wanted my friends or only me, or even custom, you can delete some people and not others. So there's lots of things that you can do, but I want you to go through your photos and your photo albums. You don't have to go through all of them, like I said, but at least like the first couple albums, so that people are not getting an unprofessional view of who you are. Okay, moving on. We already went over this. Also, I like that this shows your followers. So when you go to my page over here, you're gonna see all the people who follow me. So when people come to my page, this is one of the first things they see. So you wanna make sure that people are able to follow you. I'm gonna show you how to do that in the next videos. And that will go with settings. And then jump down here. So these are just some new coach mistakes. And I know I've kind of already went over some of these, but I wanna touch on some other things as well. One of the biggest mistakes I see are new coaches doing nothing. So they watch this video, they watch other trainings, and then they just feel like they're so confused and it's going to take them forever to do these things, so they just do nothing. So they make excuses and say, the business doesn't work for me, it's too much, I'm not good with social media, I don't think I can do it, and they quit. And it's because they feel overwhelmed for some reason. Don't let that be you. This does not need to be an overwhelming experience. It should be fun. Make sure that you keep it fun. I loved, designing photos and making pretty graphics, and they don't have to be perfect. I mean, you should see some of the stuff that I had back in the day. Like, let me just show you some of my original. I've probably deleted a lot of them. But these were my photos back in the day because I love photography. This was my cover photo. Nothing professional about those at all. I didn't start coaching till November of 2013. So you can see there's a lot of Jason and I. This picture. So these were my actual cover photos, which were usually just pictures that I had taken. And then you can see where I started to coach. So this is where I started coaching. And this was one of my first pictures. And I just wanted to make sure that I explained who we were and who I was. And so there was my logo when we bought our house. So just lots of things that in this, so this was a cover photo that I made back in July of 2014. And it showed kind of my before and my after. That's perfect. So this was a little busy for me now when I look at it. But looking back, I'm like, that was great because it showed my journey and people could see it as soon as they came to my page. So some people love putting their journey up on their cover photos, and I think that's perfect. And I forgot to mention too, and by the way, this picture here, pictures like this, get some apps on your phone. This is by Snapseed, the app Snapseed. And this is just in my neighborhood park. Nothing special about this at all, but I thought, okay, if I do this Pio pose, it'll look really cool as my cover photo, so I did it. This I made in Canva back in the day. So here's some more. These I've made in, this was actually in the Rona Designs, where I erased some of the lettering to make it look like the word was behind me. And so just kind of random stuff all over the place. So anyway, they don't have to be perfect, but make sure that they kind of show who you are as a coach. And then the other thing I did want to talk about are these 5 featured photos should tell a lot about you. So these should be, 5 photos. I really, if you have a transformation, I would highly recommend having at least one of those pictures as your transformation photo, a picture showing your team. I have a picture of me being pregnant right now, a coach call out. So a call out actually from my like page that I tagged myself in. If you don't know how to tag yourself from a like page, go to YouTube on my channel. I have a video about it, and then a picture of Jason and I and Fiona. So again, those are things that explain all of this right here. So make sure that that all kind of ties together. So the next thing is pictures that are too dark or confusing. And again, just pictures of people grouped together in your profile picture and people don't know who they're talking to. I don't know how many times I've talked to people online and I'm like, who are they? Who's this person? I don't even know if that's really what they look like because they have rarely any pictures of themselves. I see a lot of profiles with just animals. I love animals, trust me, but it's not your animal's Facebook page. It's not your pet's Facebook page. So make sure that you show you. Again, using Beachbody stock images, using a confusing name. I see a lot of people on Facebook especially where their name will be like Stephanie Beachbody whatever. And you can't do that. Don't put Beachbody in your name. Don't put like Stephanie Sassy Pants Smith. Just have a professional name. If you want to make a crazy name, create a like page and do that stuff. But this is your personal Facebook account. Don't make it, crazy. Leave that stuff for Twitter or something. I don't know. Not for Facebook. And then also posts that don't show their lifestyle. You don't want to be creating posts that just don't have anything to do with those 5 things we talked about. Negative posts, that's a huge, huge thing that you want to make sure that you go through your page, at least your last 20 posts or so, and make sure that you don't have any rants or negative political things that are going to cause people to just turn away from wanting to follow you. And try not to be so closed-minded and just be be more open about things as well. Just try not to rant and be negative. Keep it positive, keep it light. Mixed messages. So I see this a lot, and it's hard for me to talk about this because some of these coaches are on our team. I see people who will post a post about drinking their Shakeology, and then that night they went to eat at Denny's and posted about it, or posted about eating, going and eating ice cream with the kids 3 nights a week, or just ordered pizza and they're supposed to be doing the 21-day fix in the post that they just posted. Those are mixed messages, and you lose credibility when that stuff happens, guys. So you have to make sure that you're being true to who you are. So when you post a call out for the 21-day fix and say, you've lost all this weight, you can't wait to get started, again, and you've loved the program, and then you're going out and eating pizza, people just they don't trust you at that point in time. So make sure that if you're eating pizza, great, but turn it into a post that adds value. You can say, I finished a 21-day fix and I'm allowing myself 1 or 2 pieces of pizza because I generally, when I'm not doing the 21-day fix, I live an 80-20 lifestyle. Now on the 21-day fix, you can actually even have pizza, but not 2 or 3 slices of pizza. So you can change it and, add those things in if you want to, but just make sure you're not sending mixed messages. Tag continuously with other people's posts. I see it time and time and again. I'll go to a coach's page that they ask me to review, and they will have so many posts that have been shared on their page that are just stupid. Okay, so they have ridiculous, stupid posts and videos and shares that just don't need to be there. So make sure that you clean that up. And I'll show you in the next video how to set your settings so that if people tag you in something, you can actually review it before they tag you in it. I get tagged in stuff all the time, and people sharing stuff on my wall, and I delete it a lot of the time because it just clutters up my news feed. I don't want people going to my page and seeing a post by someone else. I want them to see what I'm posting. Unless their post has some value or shows me and my lifestyle. Cluttered timeline, again, just clean it up. You just want to make sure that it looks nice and neat. Boring, that's pretty self-explanatory. Just make your posts exciting. Find something exciting in your day. Again, I'll be making a video about how to make your posts engaging and things like that later. Making 2 accounts. I've seen this so many times where coaches have been told in the past to make 2 profile accounts, like actual, not like a like page and a personal account, but actually making 2 profiles. One, it's against the Facebook rules, and coaches have gotten their Facebook profiles both shut down because of that. And 2, it's confusing. Most of the people who know you are going to be your first clients and customers, so why would you create another personal page? I hear people say, well, I don't want to bombard people with my posts. If you're posting the way that we teach you, you should never be bothering people. And if you are, you don't want those people being your friends anyway, because that means they're really closed-minded and really negative if they don't like what you're posting. So don't worry about that. Don't make 2 profile pages. And I'll also be making a video about like pages versus personal account, but don't make a like page yet. If you're a brand new coach, I have some criteria that I'm going to break down later. But don't be making a like page as a brand new coach. Just don't do it. It's way too soon. It's going to be confusing for you. And you can't invest the time and money and effort into it that you need to right now. And then the next thing that we'll talk about, of course, is your Facebook is on lockdown. So I'll go to a coach's page and I can't see anything. So that's another mistake that new coaches make. So that is all I have on curb appeal. I hope that helps you guys kind of clean up your Facebook. But I'm going to make my next video, and I will have this in a series so that it'll go in order. And I'll be talking about the Facebook settings next. So see you guys.